Okay. So we're going to be covering if statements.
Cool.
You already understand variables, right?
Yep.
Okay. And it's not just if statements, we're also going to be doing just control flow in general. And what that means is controlling when your program does one.
Cool.
Alright. So where you know about functions and everything and how those work?
Yeah.
So
does it say incorrect permission?
my function has 3 arguments and prints all of them.
You are finished.
So don't worry about coding it right now. Just have a look at what I've got on the screen so we can look at it. So you see define, the function name, the arguments, the parentheses and the colon. And then on the next line, all of this is indented. So that means it is part of my function. Yeah. Right. Whereas this is not part of my function. And then you can call it with some values. Right. And that will run, say is not part of my function, and then the next line will say and prints all of them. And this is with some values. Simple enough. This is basic control flow. Here's your control, and there's your flow. You can do if statements. So x equals 5. If x is greater than 10, print that weird. Do you think we're going to see that's weird on the screen or not when we run the program? You don't think so?
No.
Why not?
Because 5 is not greater than 10.
Right. And sure enough, we run the code and we don't see that's weird. What if we change it to be less than? Now, do you think we'll see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if we did this, we would be saying, well, this is actually invalid syntax. If you want to see if two values are the same, use 2 equal signs. Okay?
So it doesn't mistake it for a variable?
Kinda. That's just the way it is.
Okay.
I don't think it will run if I try this. Yeah, it says invalid syntax. So you need 2 equal signs for it to run. And then we can make it run by setting x equal to 10. I'm going to get rid of all of that. Let's see. We can say if x is not equal to 10, then that happens. Does x equal 10?
Yeah.
So the exclamation mark means if x is anything that isn't 10. So we change this to 101. And it shows up. Anything confusing?
No.
Have I gone too fast or anything?
No.
No? It's pretty straightforward stuff, right? Okay. Now, we introduce else. Okay. And so basically, if the if statement, if this part runs, the else does not run. If the if does not run, then the else does run. Does that make sense? So x is not equal to 10, so we get that's weird, but this is normal, does not show up. If we mark x equal to 10, See, but this is not, because this did not run, so this does run. Now, we can do some other stuff. L if x is greater than 10, big number. Okay. Is x greater than 10?
No, it's equal to 10.
Okay, I'm guessing.
So x is not equal to 10. It's not going to run here because it does equal 10. It's not greater than 10, so it's not going to go here. So it's going to go to this one.
Okay.
Right. If we set it equal to 11, yeah, that's weird. Now let me show you something though. I just realized it checks if it's not equal to 10 first, right? So if it's greater than 10 or less than 10, this will run. This line. But this will never run because if it is greater than 10, it already ran up here, so it doesn't do any of this stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So instead, what we would have to do it in that order. So this time we should see that's weird. And if we made it something that isn't 10 but is less than 10, like 1, yeah, then we should get big number, which, I mean, no, but, you know. Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So how would you do it if, say, like I asked, like, there was a sentence that said, the fox is orange, and then, like, there's a question that said, what color is the fox? And then someone, like, how would it recognize if they did the right or correct, answer?
Okay.
If orange, like...
So you're saying... You want to ask the user what color the fox is.
Yeah.
Okay. And you say, if the color is orange, then they got it right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if color equals, because we want to see if they're the same thing, string orange. Now what if we wanted to yell at them if they got it wrong, but only if they got it wrong? How would we do that?
Else color exclamation point color exclamation point equal sign orange print like wrong.
Okay. Alright. You are on the right track. You are very, very close. There are 2 ways we can do this. Okay. Else doesn't have anything after it, just the colon. Okay. Now, if you want to have it say, else, have something after it, then you can use L if, which is short for else if. Or you can say else, and just not have anything after it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So how would you like it?
Else.
Just else, like that? Alright. So let's say red. Wrong. Let's try it again. Let's now type in orange. Right. Now, something important to know is that computers, they do see a difference between capital and lowercase letters. So we typed it all lowercase here, right? What happens if I type it like that with one uppercase O? You get it wrong. But I still wrote orange, right?
Yeah.
So what you want to do is you want to change it to lower case. And you do that pretty simple. Like that. And that'll make it all lowercase for you.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Let me double check. Yeah. And we're good.
Okay.
Yep. What do you mean for the method? What do you mean, where do you go? Be with you in just a second. As
we're gonna all work together. Are you ready? Follow along with what I do up on the screen.
Now there's one other thing I want you to learn, and that is while loops. So we're gonna go back and say x equals 0. While x is less than 10. So how many times do you think we're going to see this on the screen?
A lot when it's less than 10. When x is less than 10.
Okay. So just a lot? You don't have a specific number in mind though?
No.
Well, let's see.
Well, it's still up.
Okay. It's forever. Because x is always less than 10. We can change that though by saying x equals x plus 1. Okay. That adds 1 to x every time it runs. So now it runs 10 times.
Guys, try it again. Try connecting to the connecting line on your laptop one more time.
Now how many times do you think it's going to run? No times? You're right. It runs no times. Good job. Okay. Does that all make sense?
Yeah.
Right. And something else? You can put control flow inside control flow inside control flow. So you can have a while loop inside a while loop inside a while loop, or with an if statement inside that. Okay. This code is completely useless, but you can write it, and it will do what you think it does. Okay?